Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. It's been a busy day. Well, I think you probably know something different. There's more red around the farm. There's a little story behind that one. Um, a guy came to me and said, "Do you want some international tractors?" Well, I'm not opposed. And, well, it got me out of my payment with John Deere, and I've got nothing but red tractors now. And when I sold all of the John Deere back to the dealership, I'm taking a gravity or a silage wagon out because we've started silage today. And when I did that, they had an old New Holland chopper. So, well, with what I'm saving, um, with the not the payments, with the not paying John Deere for their tractors because I had to take a loan for that. What I'm not paying there, paid a little more up front, so I'm a little more in debt, but I don't have a pull type. I also got a pretty good sized stock chopper because, well, some of my oats and my wheat field did wither. Um, but this is the first year I took the farm. I took it over um, with not much time to get stuff harvested. That being said, I do have an auger to unload grain. A matter of fact, a case combine now sitting there, which would be a little bit bigger than what I had. So it will cover more ground. The fuel tank's a little bit bigger, and the hopper's a little bit bigger. So we'll see. I still have the gravity wagons, which might be what I have to use this year. But I think come next year, I'm going to look for some sort of grain truck. If it's a small international or a semi with a grain trailer. That also being said, maybe depends on how good the yield is with the corn and beans. I mean, a lot of the corn will end up in the silo for feed, but depends on what it yields. Um, really depends on what I do. Um, I know there's some maps coming out. I mean, I like County Line. I really do. I like the farm I made on here and all this. There is a couple maps coming out that MRG's making. There's West by Wisconsin, and then so I'm not saying I'm switching, but I'm definitely going to check them out. And with some of the pictures I've seen on all of them, it's going to be worth checking out when they come out. So I'm hoping to stay on this series, but depends on what kind of dairy barn they have, because this is, I mean, I want to do a dairy kind of operation. That's because of what I grew up. But these fields also on County Line are a little bit bigger than I would like to farm. But this fall, after I do crops, I'm going to divide up some of the bigger fields I'm in and go from there. But I think I'm going to have to walk, well, I'm going to drive back to where they stopped. I do have some help coming that's going to run that when I take this back to unload. I'm going to get it all hooked up for him, and he should be here by then. But as you can see, this is going to be my fourth wagon out of here. And, well, I haven't gone very far, so I might end up running a lot of this with combine too. I think I plan on maybe 2 to 3 more loads of this sorghum to go into the bin. And then I think I'll run the sorghum and figure out who has it for sale. Maybe, just maybe, I will lease a semi. That way, I can run a lot more, and I get to see how leasing the semi will work. So that's all right. Nope. Whoa. I need to get rid of that off of here. I think it's unhooked. Yes, it did. I think when I tossed it, it did that. Now I've got to unhook from this one. There we go. That's... Working by yourself sometimes can be interesting. Just because I don't think, well... I might be able to get hooked up to that. Maybe not. Let's switch the view. I try to get used to the first person view. But when there's stubble on the ground, it's hard to really see. And we're hooked. Let's get this out of the way. But as you can tell, things have changed. But I've had better success so far driving the red tractors than I have the John Deere. It seems like there's more horsepower in some of them than others. So, and when I get to unload, you'll get to see one that I have to run it. Now that being said, I was thinking I was right where I needed to be. There we go. I should get out, but as you can tell, I didn't do this one like hooking it up. I do have another tractor at the dealership, which would be a surprise probably for next episode. I don't know how much it's going to work, but let me get Johnny squared away. Get this going. As you can see, I've got some houses in the back I showed you last episode of helps. So once I get him going, I just jump out because he's not going that fast. The way this is filling up, the time he hits the pretty much right where it needs to be is the time it takes me to go unload and come back. Each load has been about 20 to 20,000 liters of this. That's why I was saying that I might have to get a combine and run the rest as crops, as seed. Maybe if I knew someone that had a grain truck I could borrow, I could see how that would work with my combine, because I think that's going to be the next big purchase once I have enough money, unless I can find a good deal on one. I'm hoping to get a lot of this accomplished, the silage definitely, and start running crops, because when I start running crops it might be a little bit easier. I've got to get some grass fields planned for hay for next year. I think that's what this is going to be. I got to finish a little bit there where he missed. So that field definitely be one, and I think I may take the field up here that I spread, where you see this round bales of straw, I still got to get out of the field. Once you see those, that field might be planted in hay too. I got a lot to do before October. Cattle food is probably the main list right now, and I also got a wheat field I got to plant, which I think it's going to be next to the farm up here. I don't think I'm going to worry about oats. I thought about it because oat straw is really good to bale, round bale wise. I just don't think that will happen. It's I just overloaded myself buying a farm that had all these crops out already. So we'll get through this year. It might be hectic, but we'll get through it. I mean, it's only September. I can get probably all this silage done hopefully by end of the day, if not noon tomorrow, that I need to put in here. And then the month after, I think October, I'll start having to worry about soybeans, starting to have to worry about corn silage, and there's, corn silage I have none, so I think I've got 2 fields. I'll have to do some looking around. I have not checked those out at all because, I stepped into a farm that has a lot of things going on at one time when I got this. And I do have an outdoor pasture for beef cows also. That's down there where I sell the grain, which we'll check that out probably next episode too. This one's not going to be as long as normal. Well, I guess it looks like it could be. Doing this, just one little job. It's not going to be many things I'm going to show you. It's definitely just basically the chopping part. I mean, I still got equipment at the farm, or at the store, like I said, that I got to get. I got to get the round bales out like I started to work on the last video, the picture slide that you seen when I had all John Deere's, but things have changed. Trucks also changed. I got a Chevy dually, not the Ford trucks that you've seen in those pictures. So, things kind of changed on this farm. We'll get it right one of these days. Not everything changed. The implements are still the same. Tractor-wise, they're not. So, and this tractor for the most part would be a tractor that I use to do a lot of the round baling. I do have a 1206 also, and that will probably run the round baler. This one's going to be more the square baler one. We'll see. I mean, I've got enough smaller stuff that I can do what I need to do. So, and I've got the those big duals. If you see the tractors with duals, them are definitely going to be for row crops. All right, let me jump out here and start the 300. This is on FS22 mods, maybe. They do come with a trike also. There's another one I got from that one that you'll see next episode. I'm still plotting with what I'm going to do with that. Besides, make it an antique, because it is older than the 300 there. But as you can see, I've put 57,000 liters in already. And this, another 20,000, so I'm going to have almost 80,000 in here. And I don't know if you guys seen this barn that goes with that freestall barn right there. But has the TMR mixer and everything. So we're going to see what it works, but we'll show you when I mix, it'll do this, but the chaff is 60,000 now. I'm not going to really put hay in there. I can dump hay in if I need to make the mixture. So this is just a little episode of just silage chopping, I guess you can say. Hopefully this weekend I can have a longer video of more things going on at the farm and going from there. But as you can tell, we're working hard to get one of these barns filled with animals. I don't know which one yet, but one of those barns will definitely get full of animals. But I need to also get hay, and I also need to get corn sides for TMR. Guys, the sprayer did come in. Remember I said I ordered a sprayer? That's going to be the sprayer I'm going to use. Yeah, it's a little dinky for the fields I have, but I also have a weeder that goes on behind the tractors to weed also. So it's not like I'm going to be killing weeds all the time. Anyhow, you have a great Wednesday, and if you like what you're seeing, hit the thumbs up. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. And if you know anyone that wants to follow just a YouTube channel of just being a cattle / more dairy kind of place, let them know. Until then, we will see you later.